Should you panic? Crypto crash and altcoin season is near. Welcome to today's live stream. Today we're going to be talking about a possibility of a market crash coming very soon, probably in the next coming weeks. Actually looking at Bitcoin, it does look like we are entering a level of resistance, but what we're going to be talking in today's live stream is what we could be expecting moving forward in the next coming days, especially this coming week. And are we near altcoin season, right? So welcome everybody that is tuning in. I don't expect too many people tuning in today. Today is a Saturday and I actually started the stream a bit late. So how's it going, Happy? Hope you're having a good one today. I slept in a bit today, right? I definitely needed that sleep. I definitely feel a lot better, but I have been, behind my sleep. So hope all of you could go ahead and join me today. So let's go ahead and minimize my screen now to go ahead and make it smaller. And let me know down below, what do you think? So what do you guys all think about the new update that I have onto the channel, right? We're trying to definitely change it up. So let me go ahead and reach out to everybody. Awesome. Brad, how's it going, man? Hope you're having a good one today on a Saturday, right? Started the stream a little late today, so feel free to go ahead and show me any meme tokens. Today's going to be a quick little market update, so we're going to go ahead and see how it turns out. I don't expect us to go too long on today's live stream just due to the fact that I already kind of started a little too late, I'll be honest with you. And the second thing is there's not really much in the market. I'm not going to lie to any of you. Not much has changed in the market. I mean, now we are getting towards these rejected levels. I hope you're having a good one today, Brad. We are getting towards these rejected levels right now on Bitcoin, which I'm going to go ahead and talk about today. So welcome everybody that is tuning in. I really appreciate all of you tuning in today on a Saturday. For me, it's a Saturday afternoon. I actually slept in. I literally woke up a few hours ago. Like I literally woke up about 2 hours ago. So, started my breakfast, ate some oatmeal and got in the shower. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and get this started. So starting the day a little later, but with that being said, I'm just letting you know I apologize for the reason why I did that. Bitcoin hasn't really done much. I mean, today we have entered this level of rejection on Bitcoin. We have been getting rejected these last, I would say 2-3 days. As you see back on Thursday, Bitcoin was around this range, and we did see Friday ending off with Bitcoin hitting 52,600, and then today seeing a top around 52,210. So we are getting rejected right now on Bitcoin. I really don't expect this to be the top of the market. We talked about this, these last couple days. Obviously, a correction is needed for Bitcoin. We could potentially even see Bitcoin coming back down to the $49,000 range or even the $48,000 range. A small little pullback before we have a continuation to the upside, right? So a lot of people are going to start being extremely bullish, and this is the reason why I'm making this video, because I do expect some sort of movement like this to happen. If this is the area of support, it could be anywhere between 50,236 or even as low as 48,262, and that'd be a really nice swing trade to the upside, leaving us to that $57,000 range, right? We talked about using our volume fixed indicator, and we talked how during this range right here, there's really no area of resistance, right? This area right here within the $52,000 and above, there's really no strong area of resistance. Literally, as soon as Bitcoin has that movement once again to the upside, we will be seeing those areas being broken pretty easily, in my opinion, right? So do expect a major move to the upside on Bitcoin. $57,000 will be coming very soon in the next coming days, I would say, or the next coming weeks. I would say at the max, no more than 2 weeks. We should be seeing, or maybe even 3 weeks, we should be seeing this breakout to $57,000. And this is the fair warning I want to give to everybody, right? Because everybody's going to be very excited as Bitcoin approaches the $57,000 range. But the $57,000 range is a pretty strong area of resistance and never has been an area of support. So there's a higher probability we will go ahead and get rejected within these zones right here. So do expect some sort of movement where we do see Bitcoin probably come back down from this level right here to 47. You see some longs pushing the price action to the upside, and then we have that final correction to Bitcoin taking us to $48,000, right? This is what I'm expecting to go ahead and see with Bitcoin. So just be very, very careful. A lot of people are going to be caught by surprise. Maybe we even see $59,000 or $60,000 Bitcoin around, like slightly touch it and tap it, especially if retail gets super excited. But within this range right here, we could be seeing this kind of move with Bitcoin, right? Taking us back all the way down to that $40,000 range, which I'm pretty confident could go ahead and be happening. We're also seeing the DXY showing that continuation to the upside on that inverse head and shoulders. So I do expect the DXY to break past this 104 this coming up week and then continue to trend back up. And the same thing with the DXY. There's really no area of resistance being found in the DXY until we start entering the range of around 105,813, right? So it is giving us signs of some bearishness and some sort of top of the market. We've been getting this since over here. Now we're actually getting closer to that top, right? We're not at that top yet, but the thing is that I find really interesting is that when Bitcoin started to go ahead and reverse from this bottom right here in around October, we actually saw a very small movement all the way down to December. So you see October, November, December as when crypto was pumping for 3 months straight now. So if you go ahead and measure to where we're at today, we're January, February, March. March will be the continuation to this bear market, right? So leading towards March would be the last month of this, I guess, top of the market bear market, but that's when altcoin season begins, right? And then we have a lot of these meme tokens take off as well. Bernie, dump it, buy the dip, bro, 100%. Ryan, how's it going? John, I assume you still have bags of several alts that you don't touch, right? I don't, bro. I freaking don't. I wish I did. I wish I freaking did. I don't. That's what I wish I would have done, honestly, earlier on. I just wish I would have never traded a lot of these tokens, and I would have just freaking held the bag onto a lot of these tokens. I'm not too worried about it because we will have a bull run for the next 2 years. So the market's super bullish. So even the run that we're going to see now, it's not going to be nothing compared to what we'll have in a couple months. So we still have realistically, you still have about a year to get your stuff together and start loading up on a lot of these tokens before you see this market really take off. So I'm pissed off, honestly. I'm now looking back, I'm like, dude, I wish I would have just freaking, instead of like learning all this new stuff, like I learned how to leverage trade, but I have a year into leverage trading, so I did that. Lost a lot of money that way too. Lost a lot of money with the meme tokens. A lot of lessons learned, but one thing that I would say that I kind of wish I would have done, to be honest, but not really, was I wish I would have just stacked up on all my money that I made this last year. I wish I would have just stacked up on altcoins. So what's your total crypto net worth? My total crypto net worth is 0, bro. Hi, John. Can you have a look at MMG? 100%. You must have something in a cold wallet, surely. I don't, bro. I freaking lost everything, man. Freaking lost everything. Let's go ahead and take a look at MMG. But yeah, so this is what we could be expecting with the market overall. So I do expect some sort of top to be reached. We are getting those signals of a market top coming in. We are going to be getting this inverse head and shoulders in the DXY. So as we have this continuation to the upside, I do expect crypto to get hit pretty badly. And I think this last correction would be the last final correction before you start loading up your bags, in my opinion. As I mentioned, this bull run is going to go on for about 2 years. Now, the biggest thing is that the biggest problem is that depending on who gets selected on this presidential selection, I like to call it selection because it's whoever gets selected, right? It's not a freaking election, but whatever. Anyways, we're not going to get too political. But once we get this presidential selection, it's really going to determine what's going to happen in the market, right? So if Trump doesn't get elected, it's going to look very bad for the market. The market's going to be extremely disappointed, and I don't expect this possible bull run to happen. That's honest truth. that might potentially happen, right? If Trump doesn't get elected, that means no really bull run's going to happen. The market's going to be very disappointed, and it's not going to be too happy. So I'm really wondering how that's going to turn out to be, right? So if Trump does get elected, those markets going to freaking rip through new all-time highs. Easy money's going to be coming in, and everybody's going to be super excited, right? So now we have two kind of things that if Trump doesn't get elected, we might have another bear market, continuation to a bear market before we actually see this market do its thing, but it's not going to look too good, right? So we're going to see where things go, but there is still a few other factors in the back end that will definitely affect the market structure moving forward. So we definitely have to go ahead and keep our eyes on what's going on with the US dollar. But as I said, there's probably a higher probability of a chance that Trump does get elected, but it's not going to look too good for the U.S. markets and specifically the stock market, right? I think that's going to get hit pretty hard, and that would mean Bitcoin will get hit pretty hard, and that'll be a delay in the market until we see some sort of movement coming in with whoever gets, whoever does the move, and if they make any changes to the world, right? So that is something you have to definitely be aware of. So with altcoins, even then, this is kind of the reason why, for me personally, I don't like holding on to altcoins, man. I think there's a few that if you were to ask me like, hey John, what would be your different strategy that you would do moving forward? I would probably load up on a lot of altcoins and just don't touch them and not expect any money. I think the problem is that a lot of us, put all of our money into crypto expecting that life-changing wealth to happen overnight. But realistically, it takes time, right? It could happen within a year. It could happen within 2 years. It could happen within 4 years. And I think that's the problem that a lot of us come into, is that when we're going through a hard time in life and, we're not doing well, all the crypto that we invested into, we have to start tapping into. And if you have to start tapping into your crypto, then that's not a pretty good thing, right? Because that's happened to me in the past as well too, where I overly invested, last bull run, a lot of my freaking money into crypto, and then we had the top of the market, right, where I got freaking demolished. So like it's really just understanding where this market's going and being aware of it. And I think once you're aware of it, you're able to pivot a little bit more from where the market's moving. But there is a lot of bearish scenarios we all have to also think about and look about. So that's kind of the reason why it's very difficult to always go ahead and do like a size one fits all when it comes to whether it's trading, investing, whatever the case is. It's very different with every person, right? There's some people that could go ahead and have the patience to hold on to a lot of these crypto assets for over 10 years. And your best bet will, holding on to Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? But there's some people that need to go ahead and really make that change as of like in the next couple, like year and a half. And that's usually typically when we get wrecked, right? Because a lot of these tokens, the problem is with holding on to a lot of these altcoins is that a lot of these altcoins you might be overly invested in that they might not do anything. There's people that are XRP maxis, and all they do is buy XRP, and there could be a possibility that XRP doesn't rip through the altcoin season or during this bull run. At the highest, maybe it goes to $3. So imagine wasting your time and money and effort putting all your money into one token that you really believe is going to change your life, and that token doesn't do anything, right? And that's kind of the problem that you get into when it comes to crypto, that when it comes to crypto, the people that I've noticed really make the money are the people that already have money to begin with, like people that are already well off in their careers, in their jobs, in their businesses, are already averaging 100,000 plus a year. They're in a higher cap sector, if you want to call it, in the world, right? They're already making, $300,000 a year, minimum, most of these people. So these people have the opportunity to risk that money and also be patient for the money to come their way, right? Typically the people that get burned is mostly retail and people that are not living on a very high, salary, at least unless you make it really well in trading and you're constantly being consistent with your profits, right? Which eventually also comes to an end unless you have a proper trading system. And realistically, most people that do have a pretty well done trading system also get wrecked if they're not looking at the market 24/7, right? So it just really depends. That's one thing that I've noticed personally is like when you're trying to go ahead and really make it big in the space, you're going to lose a lot of money if you're not coming in with a proper plan that works for you, right? Because a plan that works for me might not work for you. So that's something you also have to go ahead and keep in mind. Let's go ahead and read some comments right now real quick. I've been staking altcoins for the last like 2 years. Recently, I've been getting more into DeFi and trading. Nice. I bought MIM at the 150K dip and it almost hit 900K just a short while ago. The community seems very committed to pushing the top of the meme coin space. They are aiming for crazy targets. That's insane, man. ETH, HBAR, ADA, Beam, GRT sold 23K thousand portfolio. That's a good set, man. That's a good set. That's a good set, man. See, my thing is I have to start pivoting into like reinvesting all my money into the market. Like that's my problem. Like my problem is I know how it's not making money. I'm pretty good at making freaking money. The problem is giving it back to the freaking market, bro. Like literally I lost over 60 sold this week. 60 sold this week that I made a lot of the freaking money trading these meme tokens on Solana, just to go ahead and lose all my money to all these freaking rug pulls. Like, you know what I mean? You can't make any of this up. What was the token that Ryan wanted me to check out? MMG. And that's just the reality of this space. You know, it's the same thing with leverage trading. With leverage trading, see, I haven't leverage traded in a while. I was leverage trading a few days ago, and then I exited my trades. But as far as also with leverage trading, it's the same thing, right? It's like you need to go ahead and understand these pivots in the market or else you're going to get wrecked every freaking time. So it's just one of those. It's either, as I always mention and I tell everybody, you could either go ahead and try to be good at timing the market or just, you know, just freaking dollar cost averaging for 2-3 years and building up your portfolio that way. And then when the bull run happens, you just make your money. It's just different. It's just different circumstances for different people, right? Yeah, Vernon, I agree with you, bro. And that's one thing that I kind of regret. It's like if I would have made the if I had the right mentality at the time where I'm like, okay, so it was my first time playing with meme tokens too, right? Or second time. This was my first time being successful with meme tokens on Solana. Like I've never had that success, right? So as soon as I made that money, I'm like, okay, this is very common in the space. But I didn't know that, right? I didn't have somebody tell me that's a freaking meme coin trader on Solana tell me, hey man, this is the way it works. You want to go ahead and exit these projects within, you know, this time frame. You want to go ahead and do this within this time frame. You know, this is what you want to look for to avoid rug pulls. Like I didn't have nobody tell me any of that, right? And that's also the thing where it comes down to is like, if you don't have the proper mentorship from people that know how the market moves, you're not going to make the money, right? Or you're going to have to make the money and you're going to lose it learning through your mistakes because no one else is teaching you, right? So that's kind of the problem that I ran into is that, you know, as soon as I started trading these Solana meme coins, was it last week when I started trading these Solana meme tokens, I hit really big fat freaking 20 to 30x plays. Every other token, dude. Literally 3 to 4 or 5. I literally hit over, I can name a handful of tokens that I can't even name them actually. I hit a handful of tokens that hit over a 20x easily. I got into Magic Internet Money at 50,000. I got into Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 at around 20k thousand. I got into Shiba Inu at around slightly under around 100k, right? I got into, what other token did I get into? I got into AMC at under a million. What other token did I get into? I got into a whole bunch, bro. Like I've literally, like I've already counted 4 that I've named that did over 20 or 30x, right? So I got into multiple projects that literally have done over 10x Oh, I got into Bitcoin, another one called People's Bitcoin. That did an over 30x as well, right? So like I hit a lot of freaking good projects last week that literally did 20 to 30x's. I could have had more money, but I've lost it because then what I've noticed with a lot of these meme tokens is you hit like a 10 or a 20x on like, you know, 4 of them or 3 of them, and then you go on a losing spree of getting rug pulled 10 projects down the line, right? So it's like literally just gambling, bro. It's what I've realized. This is not no like meme coin trading on Solana. I don't think it's a thing, bro. Like until I actually find a proven system where you could go ahead and prevent getting like 100% rug pulled, which you can't, because trust me, I've even the top projects, like let's say for example CBDC, this thing hit over 5 million market cap, and look where it's at right now, 421,000. These are things you can't predict 100%. It's like even when you're doing TA, you just don't know where the top is. It's kind of like playing that crash game on stake, when you're just waiting to see where the top is, because no one really knows where the top is, right? So even right here, you know what I mean? Like I actually entered a trade right here on CBDC, which did pretty good. I wish I would have held on to it until it hit 5 million market cap, as I mentioned. But a lot of these tokens are going to crash. The narrative switches so fast that I didn't know that either, right? It's like even as good as a narrative is, the narrative is not going to last for long. That's one thing I've noticed with these Solana meme tokens. Like CBDC, that was hot 3 days ago, bro. When was it released? Let's go ahead and see. 3 days ago. It's no longer hot. No one cares about CBDC. Now the new token is Popo, which this token released about 5 hours ago. So this thing looks like it's going to rip to the upside again, but we'll see how long this token lasts for. Sometimes they only last for a day. Maybe sometimes they only last for 3 hours. Some of them only last for 15 minutes. This thing right here, Trial, did over a 50x. Right? But the problem is that most people just don't know where the top of these tokens are. Like what I've noticed going into a lot of these Solana Telegram groups, and a lot of people getting into these tokens that eventually become community-driven projects, is that a lot of people invest way too much money. And two, a lot of people are losing freaking money. Like there's very little people that I know personally that I could tell you that are making consistent money back to back. Like most people that I talk to, they're like, yeah, man, I made freaking 50 sold today, but I this week, but I've lost it all. Or I made this much money today and most of it's already gone because I gave it back to the market by a lot of these scams, right? This is not technical analysis, bro. Like you're not sitting here reading charts. Like you're sitting here reading the momentum and hype of how people are feeling. Like the emotional, I guess this is emotional trading, right? It's like, you're like, all right, so where's the top of this token right here? No one knows. Is it 1 million? Maybe. Is it 2 million? Maybe it's 2 million. Maybe it's 5 million. No one knows what the top of this market is. And the problem is that with a lot of these meme tokens, the problem that you also have is that a lot of them have a lot of team tokens in the back end, right? Or a lot of the developers are pulling the liquidity from the back end, or they're selling their tokens constantly to the market, which drops the market down by a lot, right? So there's a lot of red flags that always come to a lot of these meme tokens, that no matter how bullish the project is or sounds, usually isn't going to last for too long, right? Let's see which one. I want to see what SHIB Inu is doing, because this is a project that I got into early on. No, this is for ETH. I wonder what happened to it, but I got onto that one also at around 100,000, and it hit like 5 million market cap. And a lot of these tokens, I've also noticed, is that there's a time frame for when they pump and when they don't pump. Like a lot of these tokens, you typically want to be trading them depending on the time zone they are in. You want to be trading them during a time zone, right? So Anita Max Win looks like it's about to do a reversal. But with that being said, what I also want to tell you is that you have to understand the time frame that you want to trade in, right? So there's a lot of things that go behind not only narratives, the time you want to trade these tokens. There's a whole list, bro. So like, did I lose 60 SOL, last week, first time trading freaking meme tokens on Solana? Keep in mind, I started with $100 to $300. So, turning $300 into 60 SOL, which is about 6K, it's a pretty good freaking run up, right? One thing that I could definitely tell you that I wish I would have done, as Vernon said, is I should have pulled my money, my 6K, pulled it into leverage trading, because I would have had a higher probability making money leverage trading consistently than on these meme tokens. But because 99% of these are dude, this is a gamble. This is not trading. Like, if you really think you're trading on these Solana meme tokens, you're completely incorrect, bro. I'm telling you, like, a lot of these patterns don't even freaking break out, or if they do, they move so freaking quick. You can't exit the market in time. It moves way too freaking fast. Like, the odds are against your favor if you don't know what you're doing, one, or two, you don't have the right tools to your advantage, right? I was using BonkBot, bro. It's dumbest bot to ever use. Stupidest bot to trade with. Now I found out the bot that a lot of these good traders that do trade on the Solana meme tokens are trading, right? Photon. But I learned a lot, dude. I learned a lot within literally over 24 hours. I literally stayed up for 3 days with little to no sleep, only sleeping 3 hours a day. So I was up for over 24 hours. So 12 and 12, that's 24. Over 30 something hours I dedicated into learning the ins and out of meme tokens, bro. And I've learned a lot. So a lot of mistakes were learned from there. And what I could tell you is that nobody has the blueprint to how long any of this works. Nobody does. I now have a blueprint to tell you, like, you know, what to look for, what to avoid, you know, how long typically a token lasts for, you know, how long to hold on to a token, when to take profits. You take profits instantly. You don't freaking hold on to these tokens. These tokens are straight gambles. It's just a matter of when it crashes, right? Nobody knows. So one thing that I've learned when I was hitting these 10, 20, 30 X's, I didn't lose money because I didn't take profits. I lost money because I lost money throwing it back into these scammy projects that rug pulled. You know, now that I had more money, I was throwing in 2 SOL, 3 SOL, and then I would get rug pulled. 2 SOL, rug pulled, 4 SOL, rug pulled, 5 SOL, rug pulled. And you see how quick the money adds up for you to lose it very, very quickly. So one thing I could tell you is that most of these projects, typically, if it's a decent, okay project, if a token lasts more than 15 minutes, that means it's not a complete scam. Typically, most projects don't last no more than 15 minutes. Within 15 minutes, you get rugged within that time frame. Most of these projects that have good narratives last at the max, anywhere between 3 hours to 3 days. I could tell you that confidently. Why? Because I've entered a lot of these really good narratives and I've watched these projects for that long, and they don't last no longer than 3 hours to freaking 3 days. That's the max. And the ones that last for more than 3 days, like the narratives, like let's say I need the max win, which this thing has been going on for over a month. These are the narratives that are like not as common for you to come across. Usually they do have, you know, the very strong narrative behind it, but then the community dies instantly. So the community is what really matters with a lot of these tokens. Like with this one, I need the max win, looks like it's about to be reversing very, very soon. And this could be doing another additional 10x, right? Or maybe only tops off at around, instead of a 10x, tops off at a 3x. Because you also have to keep in mind, the problem when we start seeing a lot of these reversal with these projects, a lot of people bought this top right here, or they bought right here. So as soon as they see some sort of reversal, or some of them bought right here, as soon as they see that reversal, guess what's going to happen? Profit taking is going to happen. So unless there's enough buying momentum to push this to the upside, then it could do a 10x and above. But if there's more selling pressure because all these people right here are selling or breaking even to get out of the project, instead of making a full 10x, this thing's going to come back down, collapsing again. And this is one thing that I've noticed time and over again, right? So there's a way to trade these tokens, man. And I'm telling you, typically you do not want to hold them no longer that you don't want to hold them ever overnight. It's really rare that it's worth holding a lot of these tokens overnight. I probably only held a couple amount of tokens overnight, and they pumped the next day like crazy. And typically after the new all-time highs are set, they're completely done with, right? Like, I don't know where Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10's at right now. I don't know where Shiba Inu, when I got in at 100,000, where it's at right now. You know, most of these tokens are nowhere to be found. They're completely dead. So what I could tell you is, you know, write it down on a piece of paper. If a token on Solana lasts longer than 15 minutes, that means it's typically not an instant rug, right? Because within 15 minutes, you get rugged instantly. I swear you do, bro. You put in your money within that time frame of 15 minutes, they don't last no longer than 15 minutes if it's a straight rug pull. If it's a slow rug pull where it's like slowly over time, kind of like, let's say, a max win, this is a slow rug. This is what a slow rug looks like, where it makes new all-time highs, and then you slowly start seeing the sell off until it becomes and gets that reversal once again, right? And usually what causes a lot of this is when there's a lot of team tokens on the back end, airdrops, big whales, slightly selling off. That's typically what you have on a lot of these slow rugs, if you want to call them, right? Rug pulls are when they pull the liquidity. This thing has liquidity on it, right? But unless I looked into the smart contract, which I'm not going to go ahead and do, I could assure you that, you know, the developers had a lot of tokens and were dumping at these tops right here, and then probably were selling off as it was going down, right? Which typically the reason that it results in this downtrend with a lot of these tokens is that mostly it's the developers and the big whales that are killing off the projects and the community not being strong enough. So 15 minutes max. It's surprising if a token on Solana lasts over 15 minutes. If a narrative is pretty strong, I would say nowhere between 2 hours and a half, roughly around 3 hours, going to that 3 hour mark. But I would say within 2 hours, that's when you want to start taking profits, right? A lot of these projects will not surpass over 200,000 market cap. I could guarantee you that, bro. It's really rare for a project to surpass 200,000 market cap unless the narrative and the community is super strong and they have really, really good marketing, like really good callers. They're connected well in the space. They're really good developers, and not because they're good developers, it doesn't mean the project's going to fail. Projects typically still fail, and it's all because just people on Solana G early on, right? So Solana is its own different ballgame, bro. It's nothing compared to any freaking meme token space that I've been in. Like Ethereum's completely different, bro. Ethereum, there's more people that are willing to bag hold their projects than on Solana. Solana, everybody jeets, bro. Everybody sells. Like everybody instantly sells, right? And I never understood that behavior, but I understand it now because this Solana is so scammy, bro, that you typically do not want to hold on to these tokens for too long because they're going to dump. They're going to fail. I mean, look at AMC, right? I know AMC right now, it's probably doing a reversal, but I was a big maxi on AMC and GameStop, and then those things came to a beating as well, right? Let's see where GameStop is at. AMC's at right now. AMC is at 613 market caps. It was right here around 400,000. So a lot of people captured a nice little freaking pump down to this range right here around 300 at 6, which is about a 3x, right? So a lot of people are going to take profits. And the reason why AMC and GameStop didn't do what they were supposed to do is because the people are just selling, bro. People just freaking sell. That's the reality of this. Like, in order for a real GameStop and AMC to happen in a real narrative, people would have to not sell. But the problem is there's always people jeeting off. Like, people, like, this space runs very quickly. The narratives come and go. Like, what is hot today is not going to be hot tomorrow. So you have to take your freaking profits. And one thing that I've also noticed is you have to understand what time frames work best for you to trade. Like, I've noticed that on Solana meme tokens, on Pacific Standard Time, for me, midnight is the best time to sleep. That's where I've noticed I made a lot of freaking money and a lot of new narratives come out. It's typically within London session is when all these tokens moon for me on Pacific Standard Time. So if I want to trade these Solana meme tokens, I've noticed for me personally, London session is the best session for me to trade. So you have to also keep this in mind. There has to be a strategy. You can't just randomly jump into thinking, yes, you're going to hit a couple 20, 30Xs like I did. But if you don't actually have a strategy of when to trade, when not to trade, when to exit a trade, how long a trade's going to last, how much money to put into, you know, what to look for in the narratives, what to avoid in the smart contracts, you're going to freaking always lose money. And as I told you, there's more people that I've talked to that lose money on trading Solana tokens than they actually consistently make money. It's really, really rare. I haven't come across anybody that says, I don't get rug pull at all. Really rare, dude. It's really rare that I hear any of that, right? So it just really depends on what your strategy is. But if you're trying to turn that 20 to 30, if you're trying to get that 20 to 30x, you have to be an early believer. You have to be the person willing to take the risk when the contract is not locked. I mean, the liquidity is not locked, burn, and it's sitting under 20,000 market cap. If you're willing to take that risk early on, you're going to hit 20 to 30 X's back to back. But also, if you're willing to take that risk early on, there's a higher chance you're also going to lose more money than the person that's patiently waiting for a position to be in their favor. So it just really depends. But I've learned a lot, dude. I've learned a lot on when to trade, when not to trade, what to trade, how long to trade it for. So there's a lot of information for sure that you have to be aware of. Yeah, MMG's up 150, man. CRO is super bullish. I would highly recommend CRO. I was a big CRO freaking maxi, bro. I got to load up on CRO again. Let's see what Vernon shared with us. But yeah, there's a strategy behind this, bro. So I can confidently tell you that I now have my own strategy. Magic Internet Money, dude. Like on this, I got in at 50,000 market cap. Pretty strong community. The developer is actually there. Last time I checked, I'm not sure the developer's still around, but I know the developer was around when Magic Internet Money was out. And just look at this, bro. Like, look how high this market cap went to. Magic Internet Money. Look how high this thing went. It did 5 million. It did a 5 million market cap. I got in at 50,000 market cap. I got in at 50,000 market cap. Can you imagine that? 50,000 market cap and it hit over 5 million, almost 6 million market cap. The only thing is that I took a lot of profits along the way. So as it was doubling, tripling, quadrupling, I was taking profits 25%, 50%, 30%, and I would leave a small little moon bag. It got to the point where my little moon bag was $100, and my moon bag turned into what was it? $1,000 off of a moon bag. So imagine all the profit taking that I was taking to the point where my moon bag was still worth over $1,000 at around its all-time high. But see, the problem that a lot of people have is they moon bag this, they round trip it where they hold on to their gains and they never sell, and then they end up either missing out on selling the top, or they end up literally just riding the top all the way down to the bottom. Kind of like what I did with AMC. With AMC, when I put in about $300 at its lowest, I was up $7,000 at its highest. I think it was $7,000 or $9,000. I wish I would have taken profits, bro. I wish I would have taken profits, but I thought the community was stronger enough to keep on pushing the momentum forward, right? Came to realize that's not the case with Solana, bro. It's a whole bunch of Jeets. I would not hold on to these tokens for no longer than 2 days, as I'm telling you. And it's really rare to hold on to these projects because the narratives are usually not too long. I mean, look how long Magic Internet Money really lasted. 2 days. 2 days before it freaking crashed. Look at that. 2 days it lasted. Magic Internet Money, 2 days before it crashed, before it reached this top. So this is kind of what you usually want to go ahead and do. Right now, this does look like a reversal. So there's other ways where you could trade these tokens when they have finally bottomed out and then capture the top, which is a really good way to make money as well, is waiting for the tokens to come crashing down and then buying the dip and then just riding the wave all the way to the upside. That's also a really good way to make money without having to take on too much risk, because the risk is already the bottom. Like, this is the bottom. For Magic Internet Money, the bottom was at 184,000 market cap, which was back on the 16th, which was yesterday. So this thing literally already found its bottom yesterday. And look at this thing go. It went up already almost 800,000. So that's almost a 6x, let's just call it 6-7x instantly, literally overnight. So this is why you can make a lot of money in these tokens. You can make a lot of freaking money literally almost overnight. 4x, 5x, whatever the case is, 6x. Still a good decent amount of freaking profits overnight, right? A 4x overnight, not too common when you're leverage trading a regular token, unless it freaking just does numbers, right? So this is typically what we see. So you could either do two methods now that I'm learning. You could either trade the hype early on and make a lot of money right here, or you could just wait until the hype slowly dies off, look into what projects are still pushing with the community, and then start longing the bottom. And then as you start longing the bottom, you start making a lot of money towards the upside. There's different narratives when it comes to a lot of these tokens. Yeah, dude, I didn't know Solana was this risky. When you got the 6K, you should have switched to leverage, man. You had enough to go anywheres without the insane Solana meme coin risk. See, I didn't know there was risk like that on meme tokens. Like, I didn't know. I didn't think the space was as bad as people made it seem. With Ethereum tokens, most people moonbag their tokens, bro. Like, most people bag their tokens for a few days, even a month, and people are still holding on to their tokens. Solana, it's not the case. I didn't know that. I thought it was like that, you know? Brad says, yeah, I'd rather play against my own greed on leverage than try to beat a whole bunch of people greed in some meme coins. Yeah, dude, 100%. It's literally just gambling. It's literally like you're putting money on stake and you're playing the crash game where you're just waiting to go ahead and pull out your money and see where the top is, because these tokens have, the narratives are strong, but every token looks the same. You could tell me what project on Solana does not look like this, where it pumps and then it dumps 90%. There's no token, you cannot tell me, that hasn't done that same exact move. A lot of these projects literally have done the same thing over and over and over again, right? Where they just pump and then just crash. The only one I haven't noticed that is with freaking Dog with a Hat. With this thing actually consistently has been going up and down, but even at its tops and bottoms, you've noticed that it has done that crazy retracement. But I think this one's a little different because of a higher market cap. And the fact that Dog with Hat has been trading on with a lot of these exchanges on leverage, right? So it's a little different with how these tokens move when they start getting traded on these centralized exchanges. You usually have typically more traders trading these tokens with certain patterns, right? So they're a little bit more respected for support and resistance, or the 618 Fibonacci retracements, to be more recognized and respected than you would with your other tokens. But most of these tokens just pump and then they die off 90%. Yeah, man, they were pumping that, and as soon as they got off their Twitter space, it went down from there. Yeah, dude, it's just like that. It's all about the narrative. Throw that shit into some alts. The halving is 2 months away. You need some SOL to get back in the market, man. Yeah, dude, I'm freaking wrecked. I have literally no SOL left. I've been leverage trading Mavia all day. It's been ripping. Yeah, dude, let's go ahead and take a look at Mavia. Yeah, dude, and the thing is, one thing that I've learned now, it's like now that you go back, it's like, okay, did I get wrecked this market a lot these last couple months? 100%, right? But I think now what I do know, it's I have more information and knowledge. Yeah, dude, that we talked about Mavia, right? We talked about this this sort of a bull flag pattern. This is the same exact pattern I trade with a lot of these altcoins, a lot of these meme tokens on Solana. Typically, we always see this kind of run up with this consolidation before this breakout. This happened to me with multiple projects. Shiba Inu, Magic Internet Money, when it was running at around 50K. It went as low as even 30,000, I think, on Magic Internet Money, and about the dip. But this is a typical pattern before we see a breakout. So we're going to see Mavia, pump all the way up to 2.14 or $14. But yeah, dude, 100%. See, the thing is that being in the space of leverage trading, it's completely different from trading meme tokens, and it's completely different from trading the stock market. And I think it's a little bit more difficult, in my opinion, when you're someone that understands how the market moves, because you're quick to assume that the market moves the same direction as every other market, right? So I think honestly, it's easier for you to have zero knowledge into the space and gravitate towards a market a lot quicker than being someone that has experience in a market and then assume that the market moves in your favor as it does in the other markets, right? Like, for example, when I started when I was trading the stock market, when I moved into crypto, I assumed it moved the same, right? So I was trading the same way as I was trading the crypto market. I was trading the crypto market the same way I was trading the stock market. So it took me a while to understand that it's not the same. The movement, the volatility is completely different, that the strategy has to change, right? So as soon as I changed my strategy into leverage trading, I started becoming more profitable time and over again, right? Because I understood the way the volatility of the market moved. Now, moving on to, okay, I learned how to leverage trade. It took me a few months to completely understand how leverage trading works. I understand it now. I moved into this trading Solana meme tokens. I assumed because I knew how to trade leverage and I knew how to trade meme tokens, they were going to move the same. Completely different freaking ballgame, bro. Completely different ballgame. So the good thing is that I could tell you is that now I know, different markets. So now I know when to pivot and how to pivot and what to look for when I'm pivoting into these markets, right? But the thing is, the other thing too as well is that most people are not going to know what to look for. Like I know what to look for on when it comes to leverage trading. I know what red flags to avoid. I know where you should go ahead and have your stop loss, your take profit, all of that, what to look for, right? Solana meme tokens, same thing. I know what to look for now. But it's all as I mentioned, no one has a freaking trading book, bro. If everybody had a trading book, best believe most people will, one, not share it, and then two, would definitely not be getting wrecked as much, in my opinion. There's one YouTube that I know that trades a lot of these Solana meme tokens. I think his name's like Sajid or something like that. He has pretty good content, but like even then with his content, like I can't tell you 100% that I've seen him say anything that's too crazy. Like it's like, oh snap, like I wish I knew that. There's maybe a two things that I picked up from him, but as far as like saying like, oh snap, like this guy has a secret formula, like no, dude. I mean, he has a course that he charges like over $1,000. Maybe it's in his course that he charges over, I think it's $3,000 actually. Maybe it's in his course that he teaches like, the real tools on how to actually trade these meme tokens on Solana. But I haven't come across anybody yet that has the actual like blueprint, like what I'm telling all of you right now, where it's like, hey, look, it usually lasts this long. Usually a token no longer than 200,000 market cap is usually the top. Trust me, it's really, really rare unless you hit that big that big narrative that surpasses over 200,000. If it surpasses 200,000, that's when you should be more comfortable throwing 4, 5, 6, 8 SOL in. But anything under 200,000, it's not worth throwing no more than 3 SOL at the max, 2 SOL at the max. Honestly, I wouldn't throw no more than 2 to 3 SOL if anything is under 200,000 market cap. Anything under 200,000 market cap still has the capability of it being 100% rug pull. Anything over 50,000 market cap assures you that it's going to hit 100 to 200,000 market cap. It's always a top. Always a freaking top. If a token can surpass 20,000 market cap to 50,000 market cap, that's going to indicate that 200,000 market cap is the near top. So you want to usually sell near the high 100,000s. If a token breaks past 200,000 and continues to rip, I could assure you 1 million to 3 million market cap is going to be the near top for that token. And you go into levels like that, dude, you're able to freaking know the market. But see, nobody told me this, man. I literally had to freaking get wrecked, not sleep for over 12 hours. Like literally I was freaking awake for 12 hours a day for 3 days straight, sleeping only 3 to 4 hours a day, trading these markets and understanding what works for me and what doesn't work for me, and what to look for and what not to look for. Maybe I make some videos about how to trade these meme tokens, right? Because there's a way now. I know the way now, what to look for, but I didn't know any of that, right? So it's all through either trial and error or learning through someone, as I always mention. I do need some SOL, bro. I need some SOL to get back in the market, man. I've been leverage trading Mavia all day. It's been ripping. I see that. Hey, do you know TVK Virtual? I don't. What is that? Is that a what's up, James? How's it going? On Solana, there's absolutely no consequences for selling your position in terms of fees. So of course, JEETs are gonna thrive. People are kept in check on ETH with those high fees. You're right, man. I never realized that. MMG going multi-chain. Nice. Nice. So yeah, this thing's ripping, dude. 143%. So see, this is the thing with these Ethereum tokens. Like, look at Ethereum tokens. Like, MMG has been going on for a while, right? Look at this. People were still constantly holding on to this project for such a long time, since August. Patiently, people have been holding on to this patiently, and finally did a rip of over an 8x. But you see how long it took? And then typically these are the projects that last the longest, right? Compared to the Solana ones. But I can't wait, dude, until we have this bull run. Like, once we have this bull run coming in, we're gonna see how far these tokens actually go to. Mr. Dot, bro, I got wrecked today, rugged on so many tokens today. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's the common thing of Solana, bro. As I was just saying, like, you can make so much freaking money, bro. You can make so much freaking money, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 X's back to back. But you get scammed most of the time. Like, for every, 10 tokens that you find, you're probably going to get scammed on 8 tokens. And out of those 8 tokens, you all get rug pulled. I mean, out of those 10 tokens, 8 of them are rugs, and out of those last 2, they're successful projects, right? So, like, let's say you start off with $1,000, you throw 1 soul into 10 different projects, 8 of them rug you, which now you're left with what, like $200, $300. And now you're only left with $200, and out of those $200, 2 of those projects become successful, which make you a 10 or a 20x. Now you're back to being up over 2 to 3 grand, right? And that's how you make your money. But like, in reality, it's like more of a numbers game. It's like how many times you get rugged before you find a successful project. And that's gambling, bro. That's literally, if you ask me, that's gambling. That's not trading. That's straight gambling. If you have to trade 10 tokens, and out of those 10 tokens, 8 of them are straight rug pulls, and 2 of those are successful, out of those 10 total projects, that's a gamble. That is not freaking trading, man. Mr. Doc, can you explain more how to use Photon? I like it, just need to know how to use it properly. More thought to make some money. So Photon, bro, the thing is with Photon, I started just using it too recently. And with Photon, the same thing is Photon is just a better trading platform, right? But as I mentioned, there's ways to trade these markets, and when it comes, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, I learned this it took me a little bit over 36 hours, I would say. 24, yeah, like about 36 hours, 3 days, literally only sleeping 3 hours a day, dedicating 12 hours a day for 3 days. I dedicated into the meme coin space in Solana, right? Lastly, I came across Photon. I didn't even know about Photon. I got told by one of you guys, so I really appreciate you guys for telling me about Photon, but I never knew about this platform. I wish I knew about this platform when I was trading these meme tokens, because this platform would have saved me a lot of freaking money and headaches, because I was trading on, what was it called? I was trading on, what is that freaking token, that stupid token called? Bonk. I was trading on Bonk, chat, the Telegram chat, or Bonk TG bot, whatever it's freaking called. So that thing was terrible, dude. That was the freaking most terrible platform I've ever freaking traded on. It was good while it lasted, but it was terrible. So the way this platform works, there's multiple ways, right? Apparently, I guess you could try sniping these tokens, which I haven't tried yet. But I know sniping is one of the best ways to also make money in Solana. A lot of these people get on early on as a project launches. Like, for example, this one has a $15 market cap. This has been out over 3 hours ago. So this thing's a rug pulled already. But if you could go ahead and snipe a project that's under like $1, you can make a lot of money. Like, I've been seeing a lot of these sniper freaking whales that buy $10 of a token and they sell for like 10 SOL, which is $1,000 within like literally 2 minutes, right? So they're literally making $1,000 a minute, which is insane, right? That's a really good return, only risking $10 to make 1,000. The thing is, you have to be very quick with this. So I don't know how to I can't tell you that I know how to be a sniper. That's like the best way to make money in the space. I realize is you have to be a sniper. You have to know how to look for these contracts early on and then enter them as soon as they go live. That's like your best bet to make money without fully getting rug pulled, bro. That's what I realized. Like for example, this one right here. I don't know what market cap this thing launched at. This thing launched at around, obviously 0, right? It went as high as 10. But if you were able to get into this token at under, let's say under $100 market cap, you'd be making over a 70x right there. So this is how you make your money with these tokens. I don't know how to snipe, so I can't tell you 100% a strategy behind sniping. But as far as it comes to using Photon, that's really what this platform is for, right? To try to snipe a lot of these tokens. But what I would recommend is going on to like DEX Screener. You go into DEX Screener and then you look for the token that you want, right? So let's say you go on DEX Screener, you're looking for the token. Let's say you want to get into an experimental in DeFi. Let's say you look at this token, and what you want to do is you want to put it into a smart contract checker. I have one in one of my groups. I'm gonna see if I could go ahead and put it into one of my I'm gonna try to see if I could put it into one of my one of my Telegram bots, bro. My Telegram groups. I'm gonna see if I could put it into one of my Telegram groups. But for example, like check this one out right here. So this one, I'm gonna go ahead and check the smart contract right here, and then it's gonna check the contract for me. The Soul Scanner is going to check it for me. So I'm going to see if I can add this bot onto my Telegram. But I'm sure most of you that are trading these meme tokens probably have a tool as Soul Scanner to go ahead and check this contract for you, right? So I just checked the experimental DeFi, and it's going to tell you right here, minting disable LP status, non-deployer is holding LP. 100% burn, age 3 hours ago. Top 10 holders hold on to 16% of the tokens or market cap, whatever you want to call it. And this is how you're going to know how your trade's going to potentially go, right? So this is where you do see the contract has been renounced, mint, no, liquidity has been burnt, and it tells you a little bit more about the pair, right? It tells you right here from its all-time high for market cap, it did an over 34x, and its launch did a 14x. And it tells you a little bit more about the holders, any airdrops, and then team wallets. This is one of the best ways to like avoid getting full-on freaking rug pulled. But like, let's say for example, we want to jump into Watt, right, which is already at a 3,000 market cap. If you wanted to go ahead and jump into this project, you want to go ahead and check the smart contract first. Where's the smart contract? Right here. So I copy the contract, and we're going to see the red flags that this token has, right? Checking the smart contract, is scanning it, and then look, the contract looks clean. The contract has been renounced. Age has been 9 minutes. Mint, no mintings available. Liquidity has been burned. And then we go a little bit down towards the bottom, and then this is where the big problem comes in, right? 155 holders, top 10 holders own 49% of the supply, and 5 of those airdrops, 5 total of 24%. So this is like a massive red flag. Like, it looks good because the contract is renounced, liquidity, and all of this looks clean. That looks good. It doesn't bring any red flags. But what the red flags are these right here. Top holders own 49% of the supply, and then 5 of those were airdrops. 5 airdrops are totaled of 24% of the supply, which is a lot. So typically when you see these massive run-ups, this is the reason why you see these massive corrections, because a lot of people own the freaking supply to it, bro. So obviously they're going to go ahead and rug and then dump the tokens on you, because they own a pretty huge percentage. 24% of a supply is pretty massive. I would say anything under 10%, even at 10% is kind of high, but anything under 10% is good. But even then, at 24, that's freaking high. It doesn't mean this token can't skyrocket and do a reversal and go to the moon. I'm sure it probably could, but you're probably going to get wrecked, right? So when it comes to using Photon, The only thing I would say you really need to go ahead and be aware of is the settings that you have it on, right? So let's say, for example, you go to your settings and you want to use this on a computer, right? You want to go ahead and put priority fee at 0.001. That's where I've noticed is the best. And your slippage, you want to keep it between 13% slippage is the max you want to go ahead and do it to. That's the max you want to keep your slippage, your buy and sell slippage, right? That's usually where you want to keep it at. And then when you're buying your tokens, you just buy the percentage that you want. This is 0.25, 0.5. And then just think about a Solana, right? You have a Solana, you have half a Solana, and you have a quarter of a Solana. Typically, when you're buying into these meme tokens, I would always recommend starting off with 0.25 or 0.10. You never want to start off with 0.50, or you never want to start off with 1 SOL, right? Because you're going to lose a lot of money if you're entering a lot of these rugs. Like if you would have entered with 1 SOL right here, 2 SOL, you're already down 99% of your token. You're done. You already lost your money. Straight freaking degenerate gambled, right? But if you would have put 25.25, which is roughly around, let's just say like $20. Let's say it's $20. I don't remember exactly what 0.25 is, but let's just say roughly it's $20, right? You'd only lose $20 on this trade. And if it reverses, then you start buying more. Like if we see who is reversing, let's say this thing's reversing back up, and you feel confident that the narrative is really strong, and you're back to breaking even or being back in profits. Let's say you bought with $25 and now you're up over a 1x, which now your $25 turned into $80. Let's say, for example, you take profits. You take half of that. You take half of that $60 a year in profit. You take half of that. Now you only have $30 a year risking. Or $20 a year, $30, yeah, because you already took profits, and you just made $30. Yeah, you might not be rich, but you at least made your money if just in case a project goes wrong, right? So now if it reverses, what you want to go ahead and do is put in 1 SOL right here. Now you put in 1 SOL and this thing continues to go up. Now you can put in another 5 SOL if that's what you feel comfortable with. And now it's going up, and as it's going up, you're taking profits. You're taking a 25% every time. So right here, when you're in the selling right here, when you want to sell a token, you click on sell and you put how much percentage you want to sell, 25%, 50%, or 100%. Or you could put the amount of SOL. I always start off with 25%. Always sell 25%, then go on to selling 50%. I would suggest, unless the project seems like it's completely dead, then sell off at 100%. But most of these projects, what I like about it too is that when you're trading, look at these trades, bro. These are just straight scams that I got into. 93%, 97%, like just straight scams. So this is what you get into in this freaking space. But like, let's say you wanted to go ahead and buy this, right? And I wanted to sell this, which I can't because I'm down so low. And 2, the other thing is this token is completely dead, so I wouldn't even make money off of this. So you're right here where you click on my holdings, you're going to be able to see all your holdings of the tokens that you got into, right? This is the only token that I'm holding on to, that freaking straight rugged pool. I had literally had $20 left to my name, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to try to see if I could flip this. You click on sell right here at the right, and then you go ahead and you can go ahead and click your initial. That means that whatever money you put in, you take your initial out. Like let's say you put 1 SOL and you're in profit, 300%. You just click on initial and it takes out your $100 or whatever you put as your initial investment, right? Or you could do 50% or you could do 100%. As I mentioned, typically I like doing 25% or taking out your initial right away. As soon as you're in profits, take out your initial. When you're at a 2-3x, take out your initial. Slippage, I wouldn't say no higher than 13. I think 13 is probably pretty good. 20, it's overpriced, and I think the default settings on the slippage on Photon might be 20%. So you might be also getting wrecked on that. I kind of learned that the hard way as well. When I realized, I was like, dude, why is my money getting eaten so quickly? Because my slippage was at 20%. 20% buy, 20% sell, dude. That's freaking insane. So that's how the way you do it. The thing that I like about this too is that, like, let's say for example on this trade on CBDC, you click on share and you can see how much you're in profit, kind of like with MEXC. See, I was up $14 with 6%. So that was pretty nice, right? I like the fact that it gives you that information. But so far for Photon, it's pretty simple, man. It's nothing extraordinary, I would say. There's nothing too unique about this platform. The only thing I like about this platform that I would say is pretty unique is the fact that the platform interface looks like you're trading on like MEXC, and that's what I like about it. It's a really good it's a really good trader's platform. Like if you trade leverage on like MEXC or Bybit or KuCoin or any of these exchanges, you're going to be able to navigate this platform pretty easily. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? One thing I would go ahead and recommend that right here when you're trading these tokens, you want to go ahead and always look at the tokens with the market cap. So always, instead of price, click on market cap. It's easier for you to view your support and resistance. Like for example, right here, you see resistance is at around 6.2 thousand market cap, and the support is at around, you know, $500, for example, right? That's really what Photon's pretty cool about it. As I mentioned, I haven't used this capability of trying to snipe them as soon as they get launched. Like this thing is at a market cap of $122. Let's see where the market cap is at right now. Let's see. Oh, this thing already switched. This one just came out. Cat token, Cat Taco. Look at this token right here. It's already up 40% as soon as it launched. 40%. This is all because of snipers or whatever the case is, right? Transactions right here, you can go ahead and see all the buys. Typically when I'm using this platform, I like to go ahead and check the buys and sells. Typically when you're seeing a lot more buys, that means there's more buying pressure than selling pressure. This is kind of a good way to go ahead and understand where the token's going. Like right here, we're seeing more buys. I would probably feel comfortable throwing in like a 0.25 right here because it's showing me that there's more interest in buyers and sellers. So I would throw in more money like right now probably, right? Typically when you see these massive pumps is when you see these massive reversals as well. But look, if you put it in with the market cap, you see the market cap has reached over 100,000 market cap. It reached over 100,000 market cap, and right now we're seeing that support could be found probably around the $40,000 range. So when you're looking at the tokens based on market cap, is a lot easier to, you know, draw out your support and resistance, right? Typically when you see this these kind of tokens pump up like crazy, you typically always see them get rejected at their high market cap of like, let's say 50,000, right? But let's say you wanted to trade this, then you just go ahead and go right here and you put the percentage you want to trade and you just click quick buy, and that's it. It's pretty simple. Same thing for selling. As you're seeing right now, it looks like it has built its floor at around 54,000 market cap. So, you know, entering a trade around this zone right here could be a good entry. Like right now, could have been another good entry. If it does break above 60,000 market cap, you could guarantee this thing's probably going to hit over 80,000, right? If it struggles, then you're going to know where not to go ahead and trade it to, right? And it's this cat taco. It looks like a picture of a cute cat with it. Seems pretty good narrative, right? This is how you find a 2030x. You copy this contract now, and now you go ahead and scan it, right? You have to go ahead and check if the contract's clean or not. And then you check the contract right here, and it tells you right here all the information. Launch, it did about a 1x, so it launched about 40,000 market cap, which, you know, typically if a token launches around 40,000 market cap, that's usually a good sign, right? This usually means that this token is probably going to be a token that's going to hit over 100,000 market cap and above. The contract has been renounced. Mint has been already done with, so no minting, and the liquidity has been burned. So these are like all good signs. Like this is a really freaking good project, bro. Cat Taco, if any of you guys are looking at this, I would consider probably throwing a little money into this because this looks like this thing's probably gonna break new all-time highs. One thing you see right here is that it has top 10 holders have 22% of the supply, and you see this airdrops, 88 of the airdrops of 74%. So there's over 74% of airdrops, which is a red flag. This is not good right here. This is not good. 88 of a total of 74%. So this is something you have to be very, very careful for. And what a lot of people need to focus on is looking at the liquidity being burned and the contract being renounced. But the new scams are now getting airdropped a high percentage, and then you getting wrecked in the back end. This is the reason why you see a lot of these tokens, look, high individual holder as well. But the contract is 100%, or the liquidity is 100% burnt. But yeah, this is the problem right here. You see this 74% of airdrops, 74%. This is a huge, massive red flag. That means even right now, look, we just literally saw a pump all the way up to $100,000 again. We saw another $100,000, or what was it? 100? Was it 100? Yeah, we saw it go as high as 150,000 market cap, just literally just now in seconds, and we saw that massive sell-off. And this is how you get wrecked in this market, because the market moves way too freaking quick, man. Way too freaking quick. James, what is TVK? A lot good chance to get some trading spot on Bybit. TVK. Let's go ahead and take a look at TVK. And for anybody that wants to go ahead and check out Photon, check out my referral link right here down below. This is one of the best, in my opinion, Solana trading platforms that you could go ahead and use. And apparently, from what I've been hearing, what they're going to be doing for anybody that trades on Photon, go ahead and share your link with as many people as you can, because from what I've been hearing is that Photon's releasing their own token. So they're going to have their own token coming very, very shortly. And that is one of the best ways to go ahead and be a participant of, right? We know that a lot of these airdrops have been really, really massive to be a part of. So let me go ahead and share my link. So definitely, if you have not used Photon, I would highly, highly recommend it. If you have been leverage trading or any of that, you're gonna easily pick on onto this platform. The only thing would just be using a proper strategy that works for you, right? Because as I mentioned, there's a lot of things that we sometimes ignore. Vernon, I appreciate you. Yo, everybody, let's get together and send some soul to John so he can have his time in the sunshine. I appreciate you, bro. So I don't know why I'm sharing this contract. Why am I sharing that contract? No, but go ahead and check out Photon here. Let me go ahead and give you my Photon referral link, because this is the way that you guys could go ahead and be part of an airdrop as well right here. This is the airdrop right here. Or not the airdrop, but the platform, and then you can go ahead and get into the airdrop. Yeah, and if any of you want to go ahead and deposit me some freaking soul so we could do some trades, even if it's 10 bucks, I would highly appreciate it as well. Just like Vernon said, I'll give you my wallet for that. But yeah, check out Photon, as I mentioned. That is one of the best ways to go ahead and do that. So this is my wallet right here. The second one's my wallet if anybody wants to go ahead and raise some GoFundMe funds for Solana trading, right? You guys could go ahead and do that if you want. When Dubby, dude, I haven't drank Dubby just because I'm on some other, freaking caffeine stuff right now. That's kind of the reason why I'm awake. But check out Photon. I would highly, highly recommend it if you're tired of getting freaking wrecked in these meme tokens because of crazy bad entry, not getting the right chart information. Check out Photon. I wish I knew about this earlier. I wish I freaking knew about this really, really early on. So highly recommend everybody check it out. As I mentioned, use my referral link down below. The only thing that I know from what I've heard, this is what I've heard. I'm not sure if it's true, but I'm pretty sure it's true. Apparently, the people that share their link the most and have more signups get access to their airdrop, right? So we're gonna get airdrop Photon tokens. So definitely go ahead and check out Photon, use my link, and then go ahead and get your buddies under that link. So as soon as you sign up with me, go ahead and share your link with all your buddies, with all your friends and family, and that's going to help you qualify for an airdrop, right? So let's go ahead and get those links going on as well. I don't know when their token's going to launch, but it's a tool that I personally like to use a lot. Photon, like I literally just started using it. I wish I would have known about this platform literally a few days ago when I was trading all this Solana, because honestly, if I would have known from the beginning, I would have never been getting this wrecked this much, because BankBot wouldn't go through with my orders at times. Sometimes it would fail. Sometimes it wouldn't take profits what I would suggest it. Sometimes it will lag. It will give me the wrong information. It'll say that I'm up, 10% when in reality I was up 200%. Like, it was just stupid stuff like that, man. Mr. Dot says, thanks, John. That was a big help. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. So yeah, so my second wallet is this one right here. If any of you want to go ahead and donate, 5 to 10 bucks of Sol, I would really, really appreciate it. and we could go ahead and do some DJing together. But besides that, I think one of the biggest important things here is understanding where the market's going and just, you know, passing on that knowledge. That's really the only way you learn in this market. Is as I always mention, it's through the trial and error of somebody else, or through the errors of or through the mistakes of others, or through your own mistakes. So those are the only two ways you learn in this market. And if you're not learning through your own mistakes, you're gonna probably have to learn through the mistakes of other people, right? With this, I didn't know any of this, bro. Like I literally had to like go around, network, talk to a lot of you, you know, really put myself out there to really understand this game of Solana meme tokens and understand what are the proper tools, asking everybody, hey man, what bot do you use? You know, what platform are you using? How are you doing this? And, you know, a lot of you share the platform that you guys were using, right? I can't remember who it was, but someone told me about Photon. I think it was Mastro or something like that. And that's how I found out about the platform, right? But that's the only way you learn, man. It's you learn through other people. Sometimes you might be late when it comes to a lot of these opportunities. So let's go ahead and check out, what was the token James was talking about? TVK. What is this on? TVK is on Bybit? Oh, snap. I think you told me about this, bro. It's short squeeze with this thing, huh? This is insane. From 6 cents all the way up to 13 cents. So it did about a 1 point something X. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the market. I mean, we were supposed to talk a little bit about what we were expecting. We've talked more about the Solana meme tokens. I think the Solana meme tokens is a space that everybody's very, very interested in and wants to really, you know, nail down. So I'm glad that a lot of you enjoy the space as much as I do. But just know it is a gamble. It's a higher risk than leverage trading. Leverage trading, you at least have a probability, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Leverage trading, you have a probability of making money. Freaking Solana meme tokens, dude, that's just straight degenerate gambling. So if you're making money in that space, you're going to be able to make money leverage trading. Trust me on that. So looking at the 4 hourly right now in Solana, we are looking to go ahead and come back towards this area of resistance at around the 109.0801. So we are going to go ahead and break past that level. It looks like the RSI has crossed, so I do expect Solana to rip past this one area of resistance at around 118, taking us to 144 on Solana. So it's looking pretty bullish. You also have to keep in mind that as Solana goes up, a lot of these meme tokens don't do as well. Typically when the Solana dominance goes down, that's when a lot of these meme tokens take off. So this is the reason why the market has been literally ripping these last couple of days, because Solana has been going down. Literally these last 3 days, since Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, the markets have been going up because of Solana. Freaking, what is it called? Because of Solana coming down. Like literally using like a plastic knife to scratch my back, bro. But no, so yeah, you also have to keep that in mind. So there's different things. This is what I'm telling you. You have to go ahead and kind of understand the space a bit to really get the feeling of it. But make sure to go ahead and check out the links down below that I have right here. Check out BingX right here and MEXC if you want to go ahead and load up on any freaking Solana with no KYC. Check out both of these platforms. If you want to go ahead and leverage trade, check out all of these platforms, including Bybit's one of the best ones. And if you need a VPN, check out NordVPN, offering 69% off with 3 months extra. James says Rune will be delisted on Bybit soon, so I think coin will drop that day. Typically when you see a lot of these tokens get delisted, you do see a token sell-off happen, bro. So just be very, very careful with that. So definitely do be aware of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at fear and greed, which is something we did not take a look at. And we do see that greed. Oh snap, yesterday was at extreme greed, chat. Wow, we haven't been in those levels in a cool minute. So right now we're back at 72 with greed. So we're going to go ahead and see the next update in the next couple hours. With that being said, chat, I hope all of you have a wonderful day. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch all of you on to the next one. Feel free to reach out to me. I already sold the top, but I want to trade. Yeah, you could go ahead and trade it, bro. It's usually really, really sketchy if you want to do that, but definitely go ahead and reach out to me and join my Discord if you want to go ahead and continue to chat with me. Literally just reach out to me and we could talk right here. So that being said, I'll catch all of you on to the next one. Have a wonderful day, and I'll probably catch